Hello friends and welcome to the first update of my tryhard journey. Let's take a look at some Snapfire games. Start by saying hello team. I always like doing that. You know, befriend everyone. First game, banned. I knew it! You can definitely... guys, I knew this would be an issue.
5 seconds.
Please. Snapfire. Is it happening? Oh! Oh, man. Hello, team.
5 seconds.
I want to play one game. Please. Don't pick Snapfire. Please. I think we're good, right? If the two red boxes show up, they've already picked their heroes. So the first lesson for everyone is that this is why it's important to have backup heroes. Your hero may get banned potentially 3 times. So far we've only played Snapfire once, but we are off to a decent start. This is where we began. So we're 3-1 so far, 75% win rate. Just got to keep that up forever. Easy climbs, right? But to share some lessons I've learned so far. So obviously, only one Snapfire game means I don't have too much Snapfire specific information to share yet. I did get to play against a Broodmother offlane though. This is not something I'd done before. So that was a good learning experience. Learned a bit there, especially with how Snapfire interacts with that. Because she does have some AoE spells, and I thought I would be okay. And in the lane, I was fine. But later on, I think I was greedy with my itemization, and she kind of just killed me a couple times, where I thought, oh, I've got these 2 spells. I'll just kill the spiderlings and I'll be fine. But Cookie, pretty hard to hit against some fast spiderlings, and especially if she uses Greaves to heal up after I use 1 nuke, and even if I do land the 2nd nuke, she just kills me after that. So I think I probably needed to adjust my itemization by a Ghost Scepter sooner, things like that. But that was a good learning experience. I hadn't played against a Broodmother in a while, especially with the new Broodmother. So that was a good learning experience for me. In regards to the other support heroes, I'm not too worried about it. This Crystal Maiden game, I was trying to be a content creator there. I need some Crystal Maiden clips. So I should have played Jakiro. If I was truly tryharding, I should have played Jakiro. Would I have still lost that game? Yeah, there's a good chance. That game was kind of lost because the team ended up a little dysfunctional. Not trying to flame anyone, but it was just an awkward game. I don't know if the hero pick really mattered in the end, but I still think if I was genuinely tryharding, I should have been Jakiro or Treant, one of the 2 backup heroes rather than Crystal Maiden. But I was trying to get it for a video. But anyways, other learning things that I will be trying going forward that aren't Snapfire specific. I'm not worried about my itemization. So this is something you guys should do as you play, as you try hard. You need to start trying to pinpoint your issues. I know I laid out kind of a rough game plan earlier, but even then, as you play, you kind of need to like reevaluate it. So I am not worried about my starting items, my itemization. I'm pretty happy with my sense of timing in the early lane, getting the stacks, the pulls. I wasn't missing too many of those. So I was pretty happy with that. I think the next thing I really want to focus on is my rotations, I guess. Especially one of these games where I was against an Axe. It was funny because my team was actually trying to communicate, and we were like, oh, maybe Jakiro should head bottom and Nyx take mid because the mid matchup was really bad. And we let Axe farm aggressively. And we punished him a little bit, but I think a better support player would have balanced the rotations between helping the bottom lane and helping the top lane and not let Axe get away with such aggressive farming. And there are other cases of that. It's like not just an Axe who aggressively farms. It's just like punishing the enemy when they go too far and knowing when to like use your teleports really quickly to go fight and then like walk to another destination. That is something where I'm a little slow sometimes, and I think that's really important for my bracket. Maybe this bracket specifically, not quite, but I think if I want to improve, it is going to be something important. It's something like I think Dubu would have punished instantly, you know? And so I want to be as good as Dubu, so I got to do those kind of things too. So that's the next thing I want to focus on. And of course, just hopefully getting more Snapfire games. So this is the first little update, and we'll probably play some more games today, and we'll see. Oh, one other thing. Under Heroes, I have for now decided to ban Centaur Warrunner against Snapfire. I think he's really meta right now. A lot of people are playing him. Retaliate is annoying for your Lil Shredder build because you just reflect a bunch of damage to yourself, and then he has Stampede for when you ult. He just like dodges the ult. Not him, but his whole team. Maybe he stuns you, canceling your ult. So he has a lot of things that are pretty annoying. His items are good. Like, he's a very natural Vanguard builder. He can build Pipe if he really has to, which I wouldn't say Pipe ends Snapfire's game, but it is annoying. Like, if the enemy has a lot of magic resistance and you don't get to do a lot with your ult, even if he alone just builds a Hood of Defiance, like, that means I probably can't kill him, or it's going to be hard. So he builds a lot of natural items for it. He has a lot of natural abilities that make my life annoying, and he's very popular right now. So he's going to be my ban as we go forward. And Nyx, if Centaur's banned, will go into Nyx second, because Nyx is annoying with his spiked Carapace, makes it very difficult to use your ult, has another way to cancel your ult if he's next to you, which maybe he is because he snuck up onto you with the Vendetta. And then in the lane, he has pretty good armor, pretty good regen. So, like, you can't really whittle this guy down, and your cookie is very obvious when it's coming in. So he has tons of time to use spiked Carapace, reflect that damage to you, and well, he'll get stunned, but he'll stun you too, so you can't really capitalize on your own stun. So I think we'll go with these two bans for now. Maybe as I play more Snapfire, I'll find some more annoying heroes, but we'll figure out from there. Time for the day 2 recap. We lost 3 games, unfortunately, but it happens, and I kind of expected it a little bit for various reasons. So first of all, in the grand scheme of things, I've just started spamming Snapfire. We have our first 3 games here, and I can still feel some awkwardness. Like, compared to Jakiro and Treant, I have a lot better understanding of those heroes. I am very used to their auto attack animations. I know how fast they are, things like that. Snapfire, I'm still messing up some simple things. Some last hits, I'm not sure if I'm fast enough to get to certain places. Sometimes my directional movement cookie usage is a little off. Missing some spells, mainly cookie. Cookie's kind of hard. So those things, like when you mess them up, they hurt your game. Maybe not game losing, but like small things like that can build up. And so I did expect to have some rougher performances at the start as I get used to all of that. And as I get used to it, I hope going forward, it'll be fine. And don't forget, losses are normal, even at our best projection, which actually our best projection was 19 straight wins, which unfortunately, it's looking good for the first 2, but we've lost that. But after that, I said, like, okay, maybe we can do it within 60 games. That would take 40 wins and 20 losses. So there were losses in that plan. So we don't have to feel too bad. I'm sure you guys don't feel bad for me, but like in your own path, don't feel too bad about losses, even though 3 in a row is a little rough. And the thing is, I did say I would stop. When I started, I was like, okay, 2 wins or 2 losses, we stop. And I didn't stop. The reason I said that is because I knew I wasn't feeling well. I did not sleep well the night before. This is actually the next day. Spoiler, behind the scenes. I was not feeling the best because I did not sleep well. I only slept a few hours. I don't know. I just couldn't sleep. And so I knew I was going into these kind of tired, and honestly, I could feel the difference. Even in these first 4 games, these were all on stream. These first 2 were good. I was like 95 to 100%. And then I started to get tired, and by the end, I could feel myself making dumb mistakes. And in these games as well, because I was tired, I knew I walked into like 4 Mirana arrows, guys. I was misclicking. It was really bad. Again, those are not, each one is probably not a game-losing decision, but I gave up first blood. I gave up maybe another death because I misclicked, things like that. So they do add up. And that's why, like, if you are just tryharding MMR, really be aware of that physical. I'm telling you guys, I didn't do it. But I at least want you to be aware, right? I know that if I want to do it, I need to be aware of that. But then, like, for me, I also have to balance, like, content creation with wanting to play Dota. And I think it's okay, to take the process slower, enjoy games along the way. And I am having fun, even if we aren't, like, perfectly giving 100%. And I'm okay with that. But whatever your path is, like, be aware of these different possibilities and decide how you feel about it. Now, what we learned from these games, we did get to play against a Nyx assassin, and it was annoying. So we're going to try. I've been banning Centaur all this time, so I haven't played against one yet. So I think today I will switch to banning Nyx, and I will try to get a game against Centaur. And we'll see how that feels. And maybe that's less annoying, and then we'll ban Nyx instead of Centaur. So we'll see. The other thing I learned from this game that really hammered home for me, that I knew, and I just slip up all the time on it, is checking enemy items, especially at the start and throughout the game as well. I've flamed some of you guys in the replay reviews for not doing this, and then I don't do it. The big reason it really kicked my ass this game was because this Nyx started with the boots, 2 sentries, and a ward. And I didn't know that. And I should have, because that televises exactly what he's going to do, and I was not prepared for it. I preemptively put my sentry down to check the small camp, but if I had clicked Nyx, I would have seen there's no way he placed anything because he has all 600 gold in his inventory, and there's no way anyone bought a sentry and passed it to him. I know it happens occasionally in pubs, but I am not planning for it. I assume that never happens. So he had all 600 gold, so why would he have, like, what else would be in the box already? There's no way. So I lost my sentry for nothing. So that's 50 gold at the start of the game, down the drain for nothing. He also has no regen, which tells me that he is going to pull, or drag. I should, let's avoid confusing terminology. He's going to drag the creep wave. And I should have known, because a Pango Nyx lane is kind of weak to Snapfire Slark. Maybe not super weak, but, like, he's a weak laner, and we could definitely beat them up. So he just pulled, and I was not ready for it. And I could have been. I could have been in the proper position to slow him down, and then maybe interrupt the pull a bit. But I didn't click his items, and I didn't realize that's what he was going to do, which I would have known if I'd clicked him. So here in day 3, I want to really emphasize checking everyone's items, and however many days it takes, maybe day 3 is enough to make it a habit, maybe not, but that's what I'm going to work on. I also think I reacted to creep dragging incorrectly. I think I was like 80% correct. I followed, I harassed him, I contested the wave behind their tower, which is scary, but I should have killed their creep wave faster, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I think. No one's telling me if that's right or not. I'm going to give it a shot. Next time it happens to me, I'm going to kill the creep wave a little sooner so I can get out safely, and they won't chase me because they still have a couple creeps to deal with. And I think I waited too long, and that's why I ended up dying there. Which, at the time, I was like, maybe this is okay. And I think relatively it was okay, but it's better than, like, getting a whole creep wave denied, maybe? But I think dying was not necessary, and I could have just auto-attacked a couple times and then been out safely. So just that small difference could have changed the way that lane felt. So yeah, I have a better idea for that, and I will hopefully not lose to getting creep dragged again too easily. We did get griefed once. Our Jug got angry and just stopped playing. I think we were even, you know, we were in a pretty good spot, and then NA Dota. It happens in every region. So I'm not gonna be too upset about that one. It's annoying, but you know, sometimes people just rage out. And then this game, my team just kind of fell apart. We had some toxic people. We had a guy who hadn't played in a while. And in fact, in all of these games, I feel like my team was just not on the same page. And that brings me back to that idea where I think I'm still talking a bit more on stream than to my team. And I think if I talk a little bit more to the team, I can kind of pull them together so we can actually try to work together and use our leads to win games and be on the same page instead of doing a bunch of different things. So right now, after my, 7 games, that's kind of my feeling going forward to tryhard. We will try to check enemy items a lot more and communicate to our team a bit better. And the other lessons, like, I am trying to keep them in mind, but those aren't the major things I want to work on. Or maybe I don't have, like, I will try to kill the creep waves the next time it happens, a creep drag, you know? But these two are core things that I want to focus on for day 3 and onward. So let's see how that goes. We're going to try some morning Dota. Let's see how that goes. A little worried. Haven't played morning Dota in a while. Morning Dota was a bad idea. Update after day 3. I went 2 and 3 today. I played 1 morning game, then the stream, and then 1 game afterwards. Bringing our total to 5 and 7. So a 42% win rate. And I will admit, you know, I do have that feeling a bit of like, we made a big deal about tryharding and we're not off to the greatest start. But that's normal, I think. sometimes you might, jump up. Sometimes you may not get the direct result you want right away. But hopefully I've been able to show from the last, 20 minutes you've seen that I am learning and I am improving, right? We're realizing mistakes. We're coming up with ideas to be a better player. And, even though we've lost 2 games worth of MMR, I do think I am a little bit better of a player from this process. And hopefully, as we start to solidify this, we stop missing all our cookies, things like that, it'll get better. But some other lessons I learned. So 3 losses from that day. I did not sleep well, and I really shouldn't have played, except for that I wanted to stream. And today, I played 1 game off stream in the morning, 1 at night. I mentioned that. And I was playing better in those games. It's just easier to focus without the distraction of the stream. Streaming's a different thing. It's like very fun for me. But I know I don't play as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to play more games off stream. And on stream, I will still try hard a couple games. But as I start to feel a little tired, I will instead start to queue all roles because I will need to get more tokens. We've already gone through 12 of them. And it would be nice to do this in 60 games. Like, that was the kind of lofty goal. But I don't really expect it. I kind of expect us to need more than that. And so that's going to require more role queue tokens. So I'll do those on stream, kind of consolidate, potentially playing off roles with having fun while streaming. But also, like, when I'm not feeling my best, I'll get my role queue tokens out of that. And then when I'm feeling my best, ready to play my best, we'll use role queue tokens. And hopefully that'll help speed up the process. Some of these losses could have been avoided if I was playing better, especially this Tuesday. Like, if we remove 3 losses, I would be at 5-4. That would be a winning, positive win rate. And yeah, I learned some lessons from these losses. But you know what? I learned something from these victories as well. So I could have just not played when I was feeling bad and sped up the process to gain MMR. Instead, I've got to make up all these losses now with some days where I'm feeling good. Or I guess I had some wins before, so this kind of just balanced out that process. And if I had cut that out, we kind of speed it up. So yeah, that's kind of my update so far. I do feel like hopefully we'll start to win some as I'm no longer messing up Cookie. I'm starting to figure out the builds and all of that. Hopefully this is something interesting to watch. Let me know. I think we will speed through it forward a bit now because now it's kind of repetitive. Now we're kind of going through the games. But I do still want to kind of give you guys small updates every, 10 games or so. And I'll tell you guys what I've learned so far to help me improve. Like right now, I am going to focus on checking items and really starting to understand the different starting builds for Snapfire depending on who you play against. And I have determined that I do want to ban Centaur and Nyx. I got to play against both of them, and they're both irritating. So I'm going to go with Centaur for now. Maybe we'll change our minds going forward. And then the other thing I want to focus on still is that many of these losses are because my teams were just, I'm not trying to blame them, but we just weren't on the same page. And in fact, I'll use this most recent loss as a different video because it's pretty good, some educational moments from the enemy side of the things, but I still think it's useful. And a lot of it is just my team not being all on the same page. And we could win if we made some more straightforward plays together. And I think that's where communicating with the team really comes into play. And if I had just turned any one of these losses into a victory, I would be 6-6 right now, which would be a lot better for the win rate. That's like 8% higher than what we're currently at. So every win matters to me, and it matters when you're tryharding. And I think one of the ways I can do that is improving the way I communicate and trying to get my team on the same page. So yeah, main 2 lessons from today: checking enemy items, communicating a game plan to the team. We'll focus on that along with my own personal process of how I'm going to change the way I play games, but you guys can go through whatever you like. Maybe you can play 6 games in a day and you think you play fine through all of them. Go for it, but I don't. I benefit from breaking up the games throughout the day when I'm feeling my best, and that's when I play the best. So that process is personalized, but the other 2 lessons are useful to everyone, right? I think. So yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Bye.